Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss what it's like to go back to work postpartum. Okay. I know that it's always a discussion. It's always, a topic of women do not have like paid leave like we want to have paid leave. We don't get adequate time off. And here's the thing, having a baby is expensive already, right? On top of the fact that we're not getting paid for the time that we're out. Okay, so not only is the hospital expensive, daycare is costly, it's expensive for your body, it's expensive on your health. And, we need to figure out kind of how to navigate that. I'll probably have a whole separate video on kind of just like how to deal with the expenses of that, because even I myself have had 2 kids and have never been able to benefit from paid leave. Okay, so all I'm saying is for this video, we're going to focus on like confidence, what it looks like to return back into work. One of the biggest things people do not talk about is your size going back into work. A lot of moms may have to go into work after 6 weeks after they had a baby and may have gained like 50, 60, 70 pounds, right? And, everybody wants to talk about body positivity, but it's really hard. Like, it's really hard to go into work after 6 weeks of having a baby. Your hormones might be all over the place. You still might be breastfeeding your baby. Like, it's not something to be taken with a grain of salt. Like, this is a discussion. We need to talk about it. Just that simple. We need to talk about what it's like to go back to work after having a baby 6 or 8 weeks prior. Or you were fully bone pregnant and you were maybe 50, 60, you've gained so much weight. You've gained so much. Here's the thing, okay? If we're gonna talk about the facts, okay? Going back into work after having a baby, your confidence is low. A lot of times you don't have anything to wear. Like, there are times when you have nothing to wear because you can't fit into your clothes because you haven't lost all of your baby weight yet. And then you're possibly having postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety. Maybe not. Maybe it hits when you realize you have nothing that you can fit in your closet, right? Because you're in that stage between your maternity clothes and your old pre-pregnancy clothes, and you don't fit either option, and it sucks. Okay, so I'm here just to kind of walk you through what I did in order to kind of help me get through that transition, and to talk about what that weight loss looks like, how to build that confidence back up, and just have a healthy discussion around your weight post-pregnancy, postpartum, because there is nothing wrong with not being comfortable with your weight after having a baby, but you also have to make sure that you're gracious and you give yourself that grace, right? You're giving yourself the time. You are treating yourself appropriately so that you're not stressed out so much, and that you can still focus on being a mom and focus on being, like an employee, and your overall growth. Right? So I'm going to walk you guys through what I did really quick. We're going to hop into my closet. So I'm going to bring you in there just so you can kind of see what I did through the process and how I was able to get clothes to help me wear returning back to work. And those are clothes that I don't wear anymore. Right? So let's go to the closet. Okay, guys. So welcome to my closet. This is straight up. I was like, I have to do a vlog on this. Women who are going back to work need to know, like, I guess kind of some hacks and some ways to like build yourself up. So first, I just kind of went through my closet and I just kind of addressed like any dresses that I may have had, right? So like I own this like J. Crew dress. It has pockets, right? And I went to like try some of this stuff on. So for example, like when I went, before I got pregnant with my daughter, right? I think I was like a size 0 or 2, one of the two, right? And then I came back and I had no idea what size I was. So I had to go in and like look at all my clothes. I'm looking at dresses. Now, let me explain to you why I'm looking at dresses first, okay? I'm looking at them first because a lot of the weight that you might have is a lot of times it's like in your waist area, right? Some women still have some stomach, okay? Depending on where you gain, you might have extra butt too. So I'm just kind of going over the easiest option to pick that you can wear is almost always a dress. Okay. So that's what I did. I went in and I'll tell you the next thing that I did though, even after like going through the closet, I said, bump this. I'm going to go to Goodwill and I'm going to pick out some slacks and I'm going to pick out some dresses that I think I would be able to fit. Okay. So I was in Goodwill. I was trying on different pants to kind of see what size I was. And I was all the way up to a 6. Okay. I went from basically a 0 to a 6 postpartum, 6 weeks after I had my daughter, and I knew I was about to go back to work and I needed something to wear, but I also knew I was still losing weight. I was still breastfeeding. There was a whole lot of things that were going into play during that time. Okay. So I went and I did look for those different sizes, and I'm going to show you guys a few of the pairs of pants that I came up with, and kind of like how I navigate through those now. Okay, so the next ones I got were these. I purchased these. These are 4 to 6 small. Again, you know, sticking with patterns that I know are going to match with multiple things. Okay. Then I also got another pair of black. These are from Loft, small. Again, everything that I'm mentioning here is all from Goodwill, because I don't know how people's budgets are. You know, I don't know everybody's budget. And I can tell you right now that I didn't have money to go buy a whole new wardrobe that I would not be able to fit and then go buy a whole new wardrobe again. So I stuck with like basic items that I'd be able to get. And then I also got these last pair of just like basic gray boot cut Vera Wang bottoms. Okay. So on to our tops. I got this like express top. I stuck with items that were really flowy, right? Do you see this? I didn't want anything that could potentially, I guess, kind of feel too snug. I wanted to make sure that I felt okay with whatever items I was grabbing, whatever it was I was wearing. I didn't want to feel like space. I wanted space in my clothes. That's it, space. So again, I stuck with something that was a little oversized. You can buy it in the next size up if you want to, like, just got something oversized, patterns or whatever. Okay, so stripes are also something that's really good to wear because it doesn't show. It like helps to hide like maybe those like little rolls, or maybe, you know, if you're a pumping mom and you have to insert a pump in or something while you're working, one of those wearable pumps, this is a lifesaver. Love it, love it, love it, love it. While I'm still trying to figure things out, this is what I'm wearing. Okay. And then here is one of the last examples of like one of those tops. This one's super flowy, lots of pattern, makes you feel really comfortable. You can still fit like a little shawl over it, a jacket if you're cold. Like this one, amazing. This was really good for like the fall too. Okay, the colors, beautiful. I love it. So okay. Again, when it comes to your confidence of getting back into the workplace, you're looking for items. I told you I went to Goodwill. That's what I did.
It helped
greatly. I can no longer wear like some of the items because they were a little bit big for the weight loss that I've had since. And I'll tell you this, mama, be patient with your body. You're gonna lose the weight. Just relax. Focus on being the best mom you can be. Get some rest. Eat healthy. Focus on that baby because they're not going to be a baby forever. Okay? Prioritize yourself and make sure that you're spending time to kind of love yourself into that transition of your new body. So love yourself into the transition of that new body. It's going to be so important. Okay, so now there are a few items that were pre-pregnancy that I might be able to wear now, right? So when I look back into what I have in my closet, I have, again, dresses. We love dresses with pockets. I keep dresses with pockets because who doesn't love them? I keep my eyes on what items I have in my closet that my goal is to fit back in. Stay realistic with yourself. Do not pressure yourself, starve yourself. The moment you get overly stressed about what you're wearing or what you can and cannot fit, that's when it becomes extremely unhealthy. So you still have to remember to stay healthy while you're going through this transition. Okay? It's gonna be a transition. That's what it is. So just make sure that you are happy and you're preparing. So your confidence about your new body is not built in a day. It's not built in a month. It may not even be built in a year. It's a process. Going back into work is a transition that you're going to be going through. It's your clothes, it's your hormones, it's your schedule. You might be exhausted. So just remember that these are just steps. These are steps for the overall product of who you're going to be going back into the workplace. And I know that a lot of people don't address the fact that you can't just hop back into your pre-pregnancy clothes 6 or 8 weeks after. And you're not going to be the exact same person that you were before you went into the workplace, and that's okay. So this is what I'm just trying to address with you. Please, please, please make sure that you are focused on your health and your well-being first. But there is one really important thing that I wanted to share with you guys, is that throughout this transition, you're going to experience like mom guilt, right? And going back to work is a really hard thing to do. It's a really emotional thing to do. A lot of moms may not even want to do it, but you have to do it to provide for that baby. And just remember that the sacrifice is 100% worth it. The baby loves you just as much as you love them. A lot of times they love you even more. They depend on you, mama, so you have to take care of yourself and understand that who you are now is going to change. That number on the scale is going to change. Just focus on your health and your well-being, and you will make it to that next chapter of your life, and that next day, year, month, you will be fine. It'll be okay. And I'm going to be honest, for me, going back into work, it was terrible. It was awful. Nobody understood what I was going through. Nobody was helping me making these adjustments. It was hard to get clothes that I wanted to wear, which is how I ended up going to Goodwill, because I was like, I'm not buying brand new clothes for me to possibly not be able to wear them anymore, right? So I had to go and buy new clothes and then figure out the transition of getting new clothes after those clothes. And it was hard and it was rough. So I hope that this video does help you to be able to transition and get those things better, right? And if you are an expecting mom, just be prepared for what it's going to look like when you go back into work. And I don't want you going in blindsided, but kind of knowing what that is going to look like. Especially since this is not a conversation that everybody's comfortable having. It's not a conversation that anybody really wants to have, but it has to be had. Now, I do want to add a little segment for my stay-at-home moms, okay? I've never been a stay-at-home mom, but I can tell you that if you are also going through that weight transition and you are also having a hard time finding those clothes, I would still suggest to do the exact same thing of what I'm telling my working moms to do, right? Moms in general, make sure that you do go out and get those new clothes and know that it's temporary. Know that where you are right now is temporary and that it will get better, but it's just going to take some time. Being in your leggings and whenever you can is always good. Being able to be relaxed, wear your shorts, just kind of chill whenever you can. But whenever you do have to like get up and get those work clothes on or get out the house and go run those errands, just make sure you have something that is comfortable for you to wear that does not remind you of pre-pregnancy. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for coming and watching my video. If you haven't, make sure that you like this video, you comment, tell me what more you want to know or see, and then feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I will be back with plenty of more content, real talk conversations, and things about motherhood. But for now, ta-ta!